Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GAC Group 2015 ITTF World Tour Polish Open. This is a major series on the World Tour. I'm Adam Bobro, and I'm with you in Warsaw, Poland. We've got the best players in the world here. Top Chinese players, everyone else fighting for world ranking points. There's a nice shot of the crowd, commentator in flashy clothing. And as the players march out, we've got FUKUHARA and LIU Shiwen battling in the women's singles quarterfinals. FUKUHARA arguably at the top of her game right now, despite almost turning 27 years old. She's currently #1 in the race to Lisbon, and that's her on the far left, FUKUHARA in red. FUKUHARA, one of the most famous celebrities in Japan, has a statue in Tokyo. LIU Shiwen, currently world ranked #2, spent some time as world ranked #1. She's the second seed in this tournament. Head umpire from Czech Republic, Lumir Jalówka, and assistant umpire from Poland, Tomasz Ruszkiewicz. So FUKUHARA, one of the most focused players in the world. You can see her reading her notes before every match. Some hesitation, LIU Shiwen saying, I think that's our cue to shake hands and get this show on the road. So these two have faced off 8 times before. LIU Shiwen, quite dominant, has won 7 of those 8. The last time that FUKUHARA won a match against LIU Shiwen was in 2009 in the Pro Tour Grand Finals, which is now known as the World Tour Grand Finals, which will be coming up in Lisbon, Portugal in December. There's Coach Mika Baba. Very encouraging coach. FUKUHARA seeming a bit shy, saying, hey, get that camera away for a moment. As far as game faces go, try talking to FUKUHARA before a big match. It's difficult to get a word in. She's completely focused, and it definitely shows. This year she's taken 3 titles. FUKUHARA currently world ranked #4. She's the 6th seed in this tournament. You might wonder how that could possibly happen, but the seedings were done based on rankings last month at the deadline. FUKUHARA, the #1 ranked Japanese player currently, just in front of Kasumi Ishikawa, who was eliminated by Polish home top player Natalia Partyka. Partyka, quite a celebrity herself here in Poland, one of the top athletes, also a para-athlete. But it doesn't stop her from beating top 5 in the world players. And that, of course, on screen is LIU Shiwen from China. That was interesting, FUKUHARA with a Chinese flag next to her name. But that's FUKUHARA on screen, the Japanese flag on her shirt. Professional at 13. Won over the hearts of Japan, crying on screen, fighting. One of the very few players who's been able to compete at the top levels. Been in the top 10 for quite some time. FUKUHARA has medium pips on the backhand side of a racket. Can use them very effectively to change the pace of her shot. Take it right off the bounce and play a soft shot, changing the rhythm of the point. But also plays very aggressively. FUKUHARA said in her Ask a Pro Anything interview that she can sleep for 20 hours in a row. This is a sign of somebody who's spending a whole lot of energy, exhausting herself out here. It's quite difficult to sleep that long if you don't. LIU Shiwen, on the other hand, a well-oiled machine, very efficient strokes, covers the middle better than almost anybody in the game. For a while seemed unbeatable until Ding Ning took the top spot in the world. LIU Shiwen is #11 in the race to Lisbon at 24 years old. She's 2 years younger than FUKUHARA. But again, the training in China, the level from coaching, from becoming a professional at a young age, quite different than almost anywhere in the world. So FUKUHARA definitely has an uphill battle here. FUKUHARA is the 6th seed again in this tournament. FUKUHARA has quite unpredictable shots, variety of services. We'll see if she can put together a good game strategy here against LIU Shiwen. This is a best of 7 match. Liu Shiwen's going to start us off with the serve. Love all. Fast long serve to start it off. Fukuhara's ready for the battle. Liu Shiwen inviting the open attack. That's a strong point from both players. Fukuhara looked like she was in a good position to win it. It's 2 long serves in a row to start off the match from Liu Shiwen. Still stretching out the back. Quite an unusual start to the match. Fukuhara, the high toss serve. Heavy spin deep on the table. See the way that serve drifted out wide. High toss gets a lot of speed on the ball, can add to the spin, just makes it a little bit more difficult for the server to control. Another break for Liu Shiwen. Ball left high over the middle of the table. Fukuhara does not have the longest wingspan in the game. Pretty small stature, both of these players out here. Fukuhara still gets a lot of power on her short strokes, the timing, the wrist. And the lead is 4-1, not for Fukuhara, but for Liu Shiwen. A bit of confusion on screen. Liu Shiwen now serving. Fukuhara receiving. Heavy push out wide to the forehand. Still early in game 1. Strong backhand. Liu Shiwen tucks away and rips through. Not easy to read again off the medium pips. The rotation of the ball changing along with the pace. A little bit of a chop block. Ball bending to the side. And the rhythm hasn't quite settled in for Fukuhara. She usually makes a higher percentage of these attacks, forehand and backhand. But a few loose edges, a few sloppy points. And it's a 6-2 lead for Liu Shiwen.
7-2.
Strong block on the backhand side from Fukuhara. Down by 4 again. You can see the side spin as the ball bends back into the body. Fukuhara has been quite consistent with that chop block off the medium pips. A strong serve deep into the backhand, fast right at the baseline, but the third ball falls short. Almost got the score straightened out. There we go. But it's a second serve for Fukuhara now. Kick serve often has topspin. That one clearly did not. Well hidden, I guess. Contact visible, but the spin difficult to read. Break off the top of the net for Liu Shiwen. Positive reinforcement, a big part of the game. Fukuhara, you'll see shaking her head up and down, saying yes a lot. 6 game points for Liu Shiwen right now. Fukuhara with the serve. Liu Shiwen finding the opening, pushes it out wide to the forehand for an 11-4 victory in game 1. We'll see if game 2 is anything different. I expect this match is only going to get better from here. Game 2 just after this. the players come back for game 2, Fukuhara is trailing 0 games to 1. Fukuhara has actually lost less games than Liu Shiwen so far in this tournament, only losing 2 games on her road to this match. Liu Shiwen has lost 3. Missed service. Fukuhara seemed to have lost the ball in the lighting. Can often be an issue with a high toss serve. Tries again, but the adjustment is made. The big forehand follow-up attack. Fukuhara ties it up and breaks. Takes one of her first 2 serves for points. Fukuhara's ability to improvise, too, with that net recovery. Very impressive. Counted off the bounce, working the wide angles. Fukuhara both coasts, corner to corner there. Already a much stronger start in game 2 than we saw in game 1. Again, not surprised. Ready for action. Long serve into the backhand, and she opens it up wide down the line to the forehand for the point. For those of you at home that are a little bit newer to table tennis, you can hear the difference in sound when Fukuhara takes it with the medium pips, the different surface, changes the spin and the speed of the ball. Patient play from Fukuhara, spins it up just a little bit high. Liu Shiwen able to get in and take the attack for the point. That ball just maybe an inch off the edge of the table. Ripping backhand just long. Liu Shiwen closing in, making it a 1-point game. So much change of pace there, sets it up. Combination play from Fukuhara. Slow it down, earn a higher ball, and then pounce through it. So each player so far has had a service error, a gift to the opponent. Sort of cool to see Liu Shiwen rehearsing, shadow boxing out her serve and after motion. Quick to get in over the table, Liu Shiwen blasted deep into the forehand side. So Fukuhara up 5-4 right now. Extends it back to a 2-point lead. This time you could see Liu Shiwen was a little bit quicker to anticipate the ball down the line. Got there for a comfortable forehand. Not a bad receive from Fukuhara. She's got to see that her opponent's making her move. Hit it behind her maybe. Top of the net, but it stays on Fukuhara's side, and it's tied up at 6 points each. Neither player going for their towel at the second towel break. It's quite surprising considering that it's pretty warm in the hall. Unusual way to win that point. Fukuhara gets the ball popped up high, spins it slowly, and then follows up with the attack to take it. We don't see that serve too often from Fukuhara. Bit of inside-out spin there. Service error. Hits it into the body, blocks her own serve, it appears. And that looks like a new serve from Fukuhara. Very similar to the Chinese style. There it is, soft touch for the receive, and follows up with the attack to put it away and take back the lead. Can hear the grunt and the energy put out right there from Fukuhara. Backhand flip from over the table. 2-point lead, and Fukuhara now with the serves. Sees the opening just a little bit too wide. Ambitious shot from Fukuhara. Coach Mika Baba in the corner with the positive head nods. Fukuhara really working to stay in that point. Liu Shiwen, several shots, change of rhythm to take it. Now has 2 serves of her own for a chance to win the game. You can see Fukuhara left a little bit passive there. Had to go for the counter on the fast shot to the forehand side. That was a quick turn. Fukuhara started to move on the toss right before contact, and now it's game point for Liu Shiwen after 3 points in a row. Just overdoes it with the backhand attack. Could be devastating for many players. 4 in a row for Liu Shiwen to take it 2-0 over Ai Fukuhara. We'll see if Fukuhara can turn things around and come back in game 3 after this short break. As time is called, the players come back for game 3. Fukuhara trailing 0-2. On her way here has managed to knock out Lee Yi-chun from Taipei, Kristen Silbereisen from Germany, Georgina Pota in the last round, 4-0. A solid victory. But her opponent, Liu Shiwen, leading 2-0 with the serve. Excellent misdirection. Liu Shiwen playing it down the line after several big shots in that rally. 2 backhands. Still tucks, gets a lot of topspin on that ball to the short side of the table. Right now she's managing to keep Fukuhara just a step behind and reaching. Fukuhara is having a little trouble anticipating where the ball's going, reading the body language of her opponent. Liu Shiwen recovering off the top of the net. That ball right there still keeps it deep on the table. Fukuhara can't take advantage of the break off the net. And almost nothing is seeming to bother Liu Shiwen, recovering several funky shots and slow balls in the middle of this rally. Touch right there gets it over the table. Finally, Fukuhara able to get her point. So Liu Shiwen leading 3-1. The way these points are going, Liu Shiwen just seems way too in control, sending Fukuhara chasing the ball, trying to keep it in play. Right on the white of the line, read it like a book, no problem for Liu Shiwen, sees the spin and just covers it, blocks it right back. Fukuhara's trying everything right now. She's varied her service. That ball kicked out short on the forehand side. Seen a variety of serves I haven't seen from her before. But still, Shiwen leading 7-1. Passive play not working either for Fukuhara. There we go, some counterattacks from Fukuhara, both sides, forehand and backhand for her second point. I think she's gonna have to be a bit more aggressive. While she has the soft touch, it's gonna have to set up the quick attacks. She's gonna have to use the soft touch in combination with her attacks. Difficult shot coming over and inside the ball, right at the baseline of the table off the bounce. Shiwen in a good position for a 3-0 lead here. And it's 7 game points to go up 3-0 over Fukuhara. There's the angle, backhand received modern from the forehand side. Playing the angle as wide as can be. Several off the bounce forehands, but Shiwen sees it going out to the forehand side and counters cross court to take the game 11 points to 4. What a performance in game 3 from Shiwen. We'll be back to see if anything different comes out in game 4. Fukuhara down just after this. As time is called, Coach Mika Baba pushing the envelope, getting a warning from the umpire. Trying to get every last word she can in for Fukuhara, who definitely needs some words of inspiration out here. And when you're 1-7 against someone, you know you have to try something different. You can't play the usual. Gotta break the pattern. And the usual service, Fukuhara, the ball jumps up a bit high, but stays at the baseline in the backhand. Shiwen frozen in her tracks in the backhand corner. Fast serve into the backhand side again, and Fukuhara is fired up from the start of game 4. Beautiful shot, forehand flip to the short side of the table. Shiwen also not especially tall out here, but watch how quick she is to get in. Quick, just hops over to the forehand side, leans in and executes. Again, a little bit of side spin here and there. Fukuhara trying many different attacks in that rally. First 4 points have been split evenly. Clever idea again, kicking serve into the backhand, inside out forehand follow-up. That's the positive reinforcement going on there to a pretty extreme level. That ball's off the table, that's Fukuhara's point. You saw in the middle of that rally, one of the softest touch shots right off the bounce. Really using the medium pips defensively as they best could be in that point. Very unusual point. A tomahawk chop sort of lob back there from Fukuhara. Tries with the backhand chop to follow that. Very rare to see her so far from the table. Beautiful serve, fast, long, right at the baseline. Fukuhara again using the medium pips definitively and defensively to set up that forehand attack. That's how you do it, combination play. Soften it up, bring in the opponent, and then hit it past him. Deep spin shot on the table, and it's tied up 5 points each. Again, it's a long road for Fukuhara, down 0-3 in game. She's got to get through this one first. It's going to be point for point here. And it looks so easy for Liu Shiwen. Just sets it up, sees the opening, gets the power right off the bounce. One of the cleanest forehand strokes in the world. Liu Shiwen recovering that wide forehand deep to the backhand again. Fukuhara playing it right. Maybe not as much pace as she had hoped on the second shot, the follow-up backhand. Liu Shiwen's running away with this game. The attempt is right. It's unfortunate for Fukuhara's service error. She's got to cauterize this right now. 2 points away from victory for Liu Shiwen with 2 serves here. And it is 5 match points to move on to the women's singles semifinals for Liu Shiwen. Half-long serve and the follow-up attack does it. A very convincing performance from Liu Shiwen, an outstanding form out here over world rank number 4, Ai Fukuhara. 4 straight games in an 11-5 game 4. Look at the scores out here. Only 1 game getting more than 5 points for the number 4 in the world, Fukuhara, who's arguably at the peak of her game right now. Quite a high world ranking, but Liu Shiwen in strong form. Stick around, we've got 2 men's singles quarterfinals coming up just after this. You're watching the Polish Open.